Good afternoon. In this video, we're going to go over this past week's trades and the weekly recap. Before I get into the recap, if you're not in the room, you can find the link in the description of the video and in my bio section of social media accounts. Also, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Now, with that said, I didn't even check to see what my stats were. I know I didn't have a loss this week, so I have 2 wins, 3, that's 5, 8, 9. So I had 9 plays the week and no losses, so 100% win rate. Monday we had off. That was Labor Day, so the first day of the week was the 3rd, I believe. Let me double check the calendar. Yeah, the 3rd. Traded his room on the 3rd. I actually didn't play this week as well as I should have. Even though I had a flawless week, I didn't play it as good as I should have. Let's see, the 3rd's right there. Now, traded his room. I said, what did I say? On the 3rd, SPY calls of 55.6150, which is up here at this area right here. Thinking all-time high is this yellow line, this yellow dotted line right here. So I was still thinking we were going to go to all-time high. I mean, we were so close, and we never even got there. I mean, pre-market high and Friday's high was at 564.30-ish, and we came within less than $1 from all-time high, and we didn't get this. So I thought for sure we were pulling back here for another ramp to all-time high, and of course we weren't. I just didn't play it that well this week. I just assumed, every other time, 90% of the time, 95% of the time, when we're within $1 or $2 of all-time high, we make a run for it. And we rarely ever get that close and not make a new all-time high. So to me, especially after being down, let's see, I'll bring it out to the daily chart because we dipped right here, right down here in middle of August. And us being right here and just consolidating in this area, kind of flirting with that 562 area, and just kind of like teasing us it's going to go to all-time high, and it just doesn't get there. So, I mean, it kind of did this a little bit right here, but not nearly as long as this, but did a little bit, then made new all-time high. So I was expecting this kind of a move that particular day, but we just didn't get there. So, yeah, so I was immediately looking for calls. First candle was red, and I didn't touch anything. And Monday mornings, which it was Tuesday because Monday we had Labor Day, short weeks I don't do usually that well. I'm extra cautious, especially on Mondays and short weeks, long weekends. So I waited it out. First play I took was at 10:30, which was right here. I got all these red candles right here. I didn't touch it. We got an FU setup right here. So when it broke, I think when I broke underneath 557, I took it. I took the 55.60 puts at 630, and then went from 630 to 1280. So that was a 100% move right there. Perfect setup, perfect timing. Then it just didn't really go anywhere for a while. Then I took puts again at 244, which is right here. Get this drop right here. I mean, I was looking at this, but you just don't know. It could have dropped here, could have dropped here, could have faked you out. I mean, it's what the market's been doing. But yeah, it's still in a bear flag. Once SPY makes a move in a direction, just keep playing that direction until it actually changes. I mean, it looks like it's going to bounce and get slapped. Looks like it's going to bounce and get slapped. Looks like it's going to bounce and get slapped. And just it gets going in one direction and just keeps going, regardless of what the levels are, or how oversold it is, or how overbought it is. SPY just it's been doing that. So I didn't touch it until down here. Get a nice red candle, a little bit of an FU setup right here. So when I broke below 553, I took it. I took the 54.40 puts at 680, and then went from 680 to 1030. So that ended up being a good play. Then on Wednesday, the 4th, traded his room. SPY calls over 551, which is just up here, rounded up to the nearest whole dollar. First 2-minute candle is green, and I took calls on ORB, which is open range breakout or slash breakdown, depending on which direction I'm looking at. I broke over higher day on the second 10-minute candle. Took the 55.50 calls at $8, and they went from $8 to $10.60. So I get a nice $2 plus move on that. So I'm definitely happy about that. I took calls at 10:30. This shit's been happening all the time. You get these massive red candles and they want you to chase, then it gets completely bought up. So I didn't fall for it this time. It happened at one other time this week, and these are just like really, really dirty traps. I mean, this is a $3 candle. I mean, this is just completely ridiculous. It dumps $3 and gets bought up like it's nothing. But when it broke higher day at 10:30, that's when I took the 55.55 calls at 7:40, and they went from 7:40 to 12:20. So, yeah, I got this candle got bought back up, and it started to drop. It didn't break a new lower day. Got bought up out from VWAP, but once it broke over 552.50, that's when I took the calls. The 55.55 calls at 7:40, and like I said, they went to 12:20. So got a nice play out of that. Then I took puts at, let's see, 151, which is right here. I'm not quite sure why I took it here. I should have taken it over here underneath the 51.50. But I took it at 151. So I took it at this candle right here. I don't know why I took it here. But yeah, I think I took it on the 551. I took the 55.15 puts at 720, and they went from 720 to 840. So a little bit of a play, not much on that. Then let's see, Thursday. Traded Israel SPY puts under 549, which is down here. Rounded down to the nearest whole dollar. First 10-minute candle green. Wasn't really looking at calls. We're down quite a bit already. I mean, we're not as close to all-time high. We're down here, so I wasn't really looking at calls as much anymore. When we're a dollar or two, then yeah, I'm looking at all-time highs, but we're already down $10 or so, $10, $12 from all-time highs. So wasn't really looking for calls, but I did take calls though. I didn't take it right there. I did take them right at 10:21, so I took it here. I took the FU setup. I wasn't going to look at calls here. And we had this big pop up. When we had this big red candle right here, and it didn't make new lower day, but we had a nice FU setup. So once it got over 552, I took calls. I took the 55.50 calls at 6, and they went from 6 to 860. So that I waited for a nice setup on that. I got a good play out of that. Then I took puts at 1144, which is right. See, I didn't even take that. I didn't take that. 1144 right here on the FU setup. Massive red candles, green candle right there. I mean, I should have took lower day, but to me, I was worried about this right here, where we were at the day's high, and we just flushed quickly to the low day, and it got quickly bought up. So this massive red candle, I was worried it was going to do the same thing. So I waited and waited, and then I started looking for an FU setup, and I didn't get one until down here, but I did take it. And once we broke below 5, let's see, I think 547.90-ish. I took the 54.70 puts at 750, and they went from 750 to 880. So we got a dollar plus move out of that. Not the greatest play, but that candle, I wanted to take it at lower day, but I was worried about what happened the day before, that candle getting bought up. It's a ridiculous move. So just took it easy, and we have this bounce right here to VWAP, chopping over VWAP. I took calls. I took puts at 259, which is right here. This, I remember this right here. This was a stop hunt. I was bouncing on off of VWAP, and I took calls in the challenge account right here, so I was able to get that. And because it got quickly slapped, they were stop hunting it for it to drop. So I took puts under 550. I took the 55.10 puts under 550. I took the 55.10 puts at 610, and and they went from 610 to $21. So that was a 200% move on that. Called that one perfectly. You got to look for these stop hunts because this is what they do. You get up here and they get shorts to pile in right here, and they take out the stop. Stop will be a higher day, makes new higher day. So they take out the stops and it reverses right here. So you got to look for those. And that's why I don't mind playing, these FU setups because they're perfect stop hunters. And if you play the stop hunters right, you can get a good play out of the stop hunt and when they reverse. And down here, you kind of say they did the same thing and they made it look like it was going to bounce. Stop hunt right here, then it popped it. And right here, they made it look like they were going to pop it, but they stopped hunting. They just dropped it. So, yeah. They got a pop, took everyone out, and they shorted it. So you got to look for those short hunts. So then on Friday, I only took one play. Friday was just a disaster day. SPY calls over 5150, 5150, yeah, no, 551.50, which is up here. I mean, whenever you see these, sometimes I would be looking for a fade at open, but the last couple times it's done this, it just gapped and completely went. So I was looking at the wrong side of this, and I didn't play this as well, and it just went straight down, straight down. No green candles to play off from, not until down here, and I felt like chasing, so I didn't want to chase it. And we were at 552, and we're down here. We're already down almost $10 already. And to me, it was just $10 drop in like an hour and a half. It just seems kind of extreme. And got a big green candle right here, so I took puts right here when I made a new lower day. I took the 5,400 puts at 8:30, and they went from 8:30 to 11:10, and that's the only play I took on Friday. So. I could have played the days better. I just had some different outlooks on certain days and just the wrong mindset. But being a short week and being a flawless week, I'm going to take it, even though I didn't take a bunch of trades. You got to take the trades when you have them. You can't trade all. You don't need to trade all the time. Just wait for the right setup. So many people think they need to always be in a trade. They always get a trade. Maybe some days you get a bunch of plays, 5 plays. Some days you're lucky if you get one. The market doesn't care what you want or what your feeling is. It's going to do what it wants, and you just need to make the best choice you can. Yeah, maybe you missed a massive move right here, but if you bought calls and it did like you did the other day, it could have reversed on you, 180 on you just as fast. You don't know what's going to end up happening. So you just sit there and you wait and you wait. And I know it's hard watching this, just keep going down and you're not in it. And you're just like, wow, I should have chased it. If I chased it, I could have made it. Then what if you chased it right here and you bought it right here and you got stopped out, took a huge loss because this candle happened right when you decided to chase it? It happens all the time. You just need to wait. And like I said, SPY is going down. There's no reason to try to catch the bottom. SPY, it just keeps going and going and going. Yeah, it starts to bounce a little bit and it starts coming down, and it really didn't go anywhere. So once SPY gets going in a direction, just keep trading that direction until it changes. I know a lot of the times I like to fish for bottoms and fish for tops, but that's when we have volatile markets where there's whipsawing back and forth. But lately SPY is not doing that. I mean, this is a little different, but usually we just get, why is this lagging? Usually we just get one direction, and that's what it just keeps going. Just like that. What day was that? The third. So, yeah, the Tuesday and Friday. So, yeah. Just don't worry about having to trade all the time. Just take what looks good, and that's it. Don't try to get rich in one place. It will never happen. So that's going to do it for the recap, and thanks for watching.